Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Wednesday, January 4th, 2011, 2012. Jeez, I knew I was going to do that. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. How's it going, everybody? All right, rock and roll poll question from yesterday. How would you personally characterize the just concluded 2011? Number one answer at 43%, not bad. I don't think I had nearly as hard a time as a lot of people around me. This really surprises me. I thought that number was going to be a lot higher for answer number two, which was 29%. Not great, but I got through it with the hope of a better 2012. Only 14% of you said fabulous. The problems that seemed to hit everyone else never even touched me. And a measly little 14% said awful, one of the worst years of my life. All right, good enough. All right, so we have the results of the Iowa caucus. How about that last night? You had a little horse race going most of the night. And so now you got to ask yourself, okay, what's going to happen? And here's what I think is going to happen. I think that Ron Paul is going to go down, 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 down. And he's got problems with this guy who published this newsletter. Ron Paul published a newsletter. Ron Paul said, I was watching when this guy was making all these jokes about black people and making all these disparaging comments. And I totally, I think it's awful. I think it's terrible. He's spent a lot of time talking about the inequality in the legal system, in the justice system, and in the jail system in this country as it applies to African Americans. Okay, all well and good. Well, then you find out that Ron Paul is still in close quarters with this guy. He's still an advisor. He's still a friend. He still sort of works with Ron Paul. And you're like sitting there going, okay, so what's the deal with you anyhow? In the meantime, you got Mitt Romney, who ain't going to play well in South Carolina. You know that. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. And while all that's going on, you've got Rick Santorum. And you really have to ask yourself this question based on what we saw in the last presidential election. And that is, what is David Letterman, The Daily Show, and Saturday Night Live going to do to Rick Santorum once they really get rolling with this thing? And I think the results could be devastating for Santorum. He's going to be depicted as the bigot that I think he is. And so with all that in mind, here's our rock and roll poll question today. Which Republican candidate would pose the biggest problem to the president in November? It would be Rick Santorum, Mitt Romney, Ron Paul, or almost any third-party candidate. Please answer that question, and we'll see the results tomorrow right here. All right, congratulations to Bob Costas and the people at Cardinal Glennon. It was announced that Dana Carvey is going to be the headliner for the Bob Costas Celebrity Fundraiser, the 24th annual. It's going to be April 21st at the Fox Theater. I mean, last year they had Conan O'Brien, and before they had the Robert Klein, and a lot of big musical acts. And they went country for a couple of years. I think it was like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw or people like that, I don't remember. And then before that, John Mellencamp. But anyhow, Dana Carvey, that should be a really, really big draw. And again, I don't think that, no, the tickets are not available yet, but they're going to be very, very soon. And that's a good event. We've been there many, many times. Let me just jump back to politics here for a minute. 60 Minutes and Vanity Fair do these national poll questions, and they asked a very, very good cross-section of Americans, where does the name Mitt, as in Mitt Romney, come from? And people were guessing Milton or Mitchell, and it turns out it doesn't mean anything. His name is Willard. Mitt Romney's name is Willard. And they're going to have fun with that on Saturday Night Live, too, I would imagine. And they also asked, what's roughly, the population of the United States of America? And it was like, what was it? This is almost nobody knew. 66% did not know the correct population of the country they live in, which I believe is about 314 or 312 million right now. All right, what else we got here? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver back together again. They're wearing their rings. Maria Shriver, devout Catholic, and she ain't very cool with the divorce thing, so I don't know how you do that, but apparently they're going to do it. All right, new study has found that men are most likely to hit on blondes, but are most likely to find brunettes intelligent and attractive. Researchers drew one main conclusion from that. Men think blondes are most likely to have sex with them, so they hit on them. When it's time to settle down, though, they look for a brunette. My question is, what's the matter with redheads all of a sudden here, okay? Gotta be careful when you bring a redhead home to meet mom and dad. Dad's pretty happy with it, but mom ain't always crazy. I did that a couple of times. It didn't go well. Facebook, homewrecker. About a year ago, Facebook was cited in 1 out of every 5 divorces. Now it's up to 1 in every 3. People are moving out of Missouri, but you probably knew that already. Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri had more than 55% of their moves go outbound. Washington, D.C. doing pretty good, though, as well as Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, New Mexico, North Dakota, and Alaska with positive swings. California, the most people move out, but also the most people move in. All these numbers according to Atlas Fan Lines. Researchers looked at 50 failed corporations, 50 failed companies, including Enron, WorldCom, and they came up with 7 habits of unsuccessful executives, including they think they dominate their industry, they don't look out for change, they identify too closely with the company, and they think they have all the answers. Oh, the things I could say right now. ABC's cross-dressing comedy Work It premiered last night. ABC hopes to attract viewers who were hoping for a remake of Bosom Buddies, but without all of the annoying comedy. And after weeks of negotiations, David Beckham has announced he'll remain with the Los Angeles Galaxy soccer team. Victoria Beckham expressed her excitement by continuing to look bored and hungry. All right. Happy birthday to 2 St. Louisans. Michael Stipe, obviously, from REM. Grew up in Collinsville. He's 52 today. And Bobby McFerrin, as in Don't Worry, Be Happy, also a St. Louisan. It wasn't his birthday. It was on this date that his song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, was certified gold. All right, if you're looking for another day off, because it was tough going to work yesterday, wasn't it? But if you're looking for another day off, I just pulled something that was sticking me out of my shirt. Hold on here. I almost got it. Boy, that's really, that could have hurt me. Son of a gun. All right, get rid of that. I didn't even get it. It's still in there. I'll take care of this after the show. 12 days until Martin Luther King Day. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. So there's this mother overseas, and she's watching her baby, and she thinks to herself, I wonder what the baby's dreaming about. And so she starts taking snapshots of the baby with these very bizarre, whimsical-looking backdrops. The baby just sort of laying there in the clouds or hanging on a clothesline or with a big umbrella or something like that. Well, guess what? Big website, big book coming out. Baby Dreams, Adele Ederson, Baby Mila. They're all going to be millionaires. We got some of the pictures from the book on JC's Eye Candy, which is right below what you're looking at right now. Okay, again, our rock and roll poll question: which Republican candidate's going to be the biggest pain in the ass for Barack Obama? Answer the question. Results tomorrow. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Wednesday, January 4th. 2012, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.